move to speech 3. And Renato will be working on from the advanced manual, specialty speeches. This is Renato's last speech in the manual, and he will earn his advanced communication rule designation. His objective tonight is to deliver an uplifting speech. The title of the speech is The Olympic Spirit. Renato, we look forward to you killing it. Welcome.
I love that song. Love it. How many of you watched the Winter Olympics this past 2 weeks? Raise your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I absolutely love the Olympics. Starting with the theme song. How much do I love it? I've had this CD since 1984. When I hear this song, I get such a sense of triumph and accomplishment. It's just so uplifting. I just love that theme song. Every time I hear it, I just love it. But there's so much more that I love about the Olympics. I mean, for starters, I mean, just watching what these kids can do. I mean, it's amazing. Whether it's the Summer Olympics or the Winter Olympics, it doesn't matter. They're all spectacular. Pick a sport. I watched snowboarding. I've been watching snowboarding for years. But this year, besides going 30, 40 feet up in the air and doing somersaults and twists and turns and landing down on their skis, this year I saw them do that backwards. Backwards. I don't know how they do it. Can you imagine landing backwards on skis and landing and not falling? It's amazing. Skaters. Imagine jumping up in the air, spinning not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times, and landing on 1 foot on ice. I don't know about you guys, I could barely walk on ice. Forget about on ice skates and landing on 1 foot. It's just spectacular. Did anybody watch Lindsey Vonn? Does anyone know who Lindsey Vonn is? Who is she? Downhill skiing. But these guys go down, men and women, they go down this thing like 72 miles an hour. And it's not straight down. What do? They're zigzagging, they have to go through all these gates. I mean, it's truly amazing. Bobsled. The Germans won. They got clocked at 87 miles an hour going down that icy track. Could you imagine doing that? I mean, I don't do 87 miles an hour. I'm like, I've gone 80 miles an hour. My car, but not 87. Imagine doing this in a bobsled. It's just spectacular in a word. In one word, that's the only word that comes to mind, spectacular. I love watching the Olympics, both summer and winter. But there's more to it than that. We get little stories or little tidbits here and there about what it took for some of these athletes to get to the Olympics. The sacrifices they made. I just love hearing these stories. But it's even more than that. We heard one story. I forget the fellow's name. He was a young man, ice skater. I think his last name was Rippin. He was homeless. In addition to being homeless, he had no money for food. This kid went to the local, I think it was a YMCA, they had some kind of an event, and he was literally stealing apples. That's what he lived on, apples, until he got to the Olympics. I mean, when I hear these stories, I mean, they just get you right here, don't they? I mean, I find it amazing. I just enjoy it beyond words. But then you hear other stories, too, besides not just the sacrifices what it took to get there, but what the sacrifices the families did. You hear about parents working 2 jobs so they have the money to send their kids to a coach, or kids moving away from home to live with the coach so that they can be right there, so they can practice and get better. I mean, the whole thing is just so heartwarming. And I got to tell you, I've been watching the Olympics for over 30 years, and every single year I thoroughly enjoy watching the Olympics. The Summer Olympics too. Did anybody see Michael Phelps? That was spectacular. This guy won 13 gold medals. 13. I think his total medal count is something like 21 medals. 13 of them being gold. And I was there watching and cheering them on every lap, every step of the way. I just can't get enough of it. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. And I'm planning on watching the Olympics for many, many more years. Now, with the Olympic spirit, I would like to take that positive energy and harness it into our club. Some of you are maybe 1 or 2 speeches away from getting your competent communications designation. Think about what these folks do in the Olympics. I mean, getting a competent communications is easy, right? So I want to really motivate you to do that. Maybe you're 1 speech away, or 1 project, or 1 role away from getting your competent leader designation. You can do it. Just do it. Maybe you're thinking about being president at the next election, or sergeant at arms. Just do it. You can do it. You can do it. There's nothing you can't do. When I see these kids, what they put themselves through, I'm thinking, wow, what we do here is really easy. I know a lot of people get nervous to speak in front of a group of people, especially the new people. But I can tell you, the hardest part is just getting started. Once you get started, it's all downhill. No pun intended. So I encourage you all to just do it. Whatever it is, working on your competent communications manual, finish that up. If you're working on your competent leader manual, finish that up. Maybe you're working from some advanced manuals like I am. This is my last speech, and I earned my advanced communications gold. And I can tell you, I started just like some of the new members. I remember giving my icebreaker speech. It seems like a million years ago, but that was the hardest thing, was the fear of getting over that 1 speech. Once you get going, it's like Lindsey Vaughn going down that mountain. It's probably very intimidating. You're looking down, and it's straight down, and it's curvy. But once you break out of the gate, you're off, and you're running. It's the same thing with Toastmasters. The hardest part is just getting started. So I'd like to encourage you, I'd like to motivate you to think about the Olympics and the Olympic spirit, and I hope that you all complete your competent communications, your advanced communications designations, and your competent leader. Toastmaster.